Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet channel. Today we're cooking in the Dutch oven again, so y'all stay tuned. Well, today we're doing a little Dutch oven dish in celebration of just breaking 1 million views on our channel here on YouTube. I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys that have watched our content, and believe me, there's much more to come. So if you haven't subscribed already, consider it. All right, I want to start out today by showing you some of the equipment we're going to be using to make this dish today. And Backwoods Gourmet style, it's going to be cast iron. So a couple of my viewers, actually several people, has commented asking to maybe show some of our collection of cast iron and what we're using out here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we brought a few of our pieces out. If you're just starting out on this, you're probably not going to want to go trace down this 1700s old spider skillet, but some of these things are readily available, and most of them are. If you're going to start with cast iron cooking, first you're going to want a good skillet. And overall, they're all good, especially the Lodge products. Try to stick with them. They are still made in America. This is the combo skillet and cover and or extra skillet, shallow skillet. If you're starting out, that is a great pan. It is extra deep, is great for frying. Great for doing larger meals. Works really good on the charcoals also. Or you can use it for 2 skillets. It's a great buy, about 40 bucks for that combo. Next would be the 12-inch Dutch oven. This is our Lodge here. It's gotten lots of use. That is a great item. We also have the little camp-made 8-inch right here for smaller items. And the 10 inches over on the fire getting ready for our dish. So if you had to just pick 2, depending on the size of meals you're cooking, I'd pick the 8 or the 10 or the 12 and the 10. But the 10 is a great size for just about everything. This here we got this is an older skillet. This was a garage sale find here. This is a generic Lodge. You can tell by the 3 notches in the ring under the bottom. That one's been doing pretty good. And then we just bought this the Lodge cast iron lid, which fits that perfectly. So skillet with a lid, must have. Alright, and some of these over here I'll show them to you real quick. This is an old Bass Pro Shops one. I got this one for Christmas a long time ago. It's got a bass molded in the bottom. Comes with the 8-inch. It's got a duck molded in the bottom. And this is the one that kind of spurred some of the comments. This is our old Griswold number 9 Griswold, even though it's about a 12-inch pan. It's called a number 9. Alright, and we got a few more daily users. Just generic guys. Most of them picked up in yard sales. We're going to do this dish in 2 parts. First, we're going to pre-prepare our pasta, and we're going to about half cook it. But as everyone knows, pasta doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own. That's why we put sauce on it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use some herbs to try to infuse a little more flavor into that pasta. So here's what you need. You need your pasta. In this case, it's baked ziti, so we got ziti. Salt. We have a couple cloves of garlic and a sachet of basil and also a sachet of parsley. Alright, our water is just coming up to a boil. Today we're going to use the fish burner for this part of it. We're going to go ahead and put those herbs in there. And back over here, we'll go ahead and get this garlic. Put the garlic in there. And let that infuse that water with those beautiful flavors. Guys, we'll spin a little while. It doesn't really matter how long you do this. Let that go about 20 minutes while we were prepping the other parts of this dish inside. We're going to go ahead and take these sachets out. Just our bundle of herbs. And you can see how much that water is tinged green now. That's awesome. We're going to leave the garlic in. So now we took the lid off. We're going to turn the fire back up a little bit. We're just simmering that. We'll let it come back up to a boil. Now, just because we're cooking this dish outside today doesn't mean you can't make this inside. It works just as well inside. It's actually quite a bit easier to do inside when you got the oven and the stove. But here at the Backwoods Gourmet channel, we're all about showing you guys how to do it out here in the outdoors. This is a great dish. Right now, I'm cooking for my wife's parents who are up in years, and you know, they're no longer able to cook for themselves, and I love to do it. So we're going to make a big batch inside for them tomorrow, and then we'll freeze that and send it up to them where they can just put it in the microwave. Okay, pasta's going in. We're going to put about this whole box in there. Maybe not quite, about 3/4 of the box. And to fully cook this ziti is 10 to 12 minutes. We want to about 3/4 cook it, because remember, this is going back in our baked ziti dish. So if we cook it all the way now, it'll be overcooked by the time it comes out of there. So kind of like a lot of other baked pasta dishes, it's going to be a 3/4 cook. So we're going to go about 8.5 to 8.5 minutes on it, maybe 8. We'll take a quick taste of it at about 8 minutes and see what it's like. So that's going to boil uncovered from the time it comes back up to boil, 8 minutes. Any other parts of our dish is a veal scallopini that we're going to put in this baked ziti. So we're going to go ahead and season these. I got these already pre-prepared from the grocery store. They're already sliced very, very thin. I'm going to go ahead and season these on both sides. We cut it this was 2 pieces and we cut it into 4 pieces. Let's make it a little easier to handle. So I'm going to season both sides. This is our Backwoods Gourmet steak and brisket rub. You can look in the comments below. I'll try to leave that for you, or on the end screen. So we got them seasoned. Now it's just all-purpose flour. We're just going to dredge those real good in our all-purpose flour. Just want to make sure they're good and coated. So we just flip them around there, make sure they stay flat. I want these to be real nice and flat. So just dredge them real good. And while we're doing this, while our pasta's going over there, so as soon as our pasta's off, we're going to throw another one of these pieces of cast iron up there and go ahead and brown these real quick. Alright. Those are ready to go. Okay, we took the ziti off at 9 minutes. We tested it at 8 minutes. Still needed a couple more minutes. You can see it's much bigger now, and it's still al dente, which is the way we want it. And you can really smell those herbs, the aroma of the herbs coming up off of that. So instead of plain old pasta, we have herb and garlic infused pasta. That can't be a bad thing. Alright, well, here's the point where we're going to start transitioning over to charcoal. You know, we could have obviously done that pasta on charcoal if we'd wanted, or it'd have been a better fit, a campfire. Just trying to save some time here for you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and dump this charcoal out. We started quite a bit more than we really needed. And we're going to get ready to go ahead and fry off that scallopini. Okay, which piece of cast iron do we use for this? You know, I don't know. If we use that big guy right there, we could probably do it all at one time. But you know, something just keeps bringing me back to this old historic pan, and I really like the fact that there's legs on it. So everybody really enjoys seeing this old pan in the videos also, because those of us that know about it know how old that is. You know, this pan is literally 200 years old or more, and it still works just as good today as it did then. Let's get it warmed up. Alright, starting to see a little bit of smoke coming out of it. We're just going to give that just a good coating of olive oil. Absolute necessity for this scallopini.
we got everything ready, so let's go ahead and assemble it, get it in the Dutch oven. But first, let me show you what all you're gonna need.
Alright, it's a pretty big list. Don't worry, I'll leave a list for you at the end of this video. Here we have some canned standard marinara sauce. I know, I'm using canned. I didn't really have time to make this from scratch. So use your favorite. Over here, sliced baby portobello mushrooms, some chopped cilantro, some fresh, these are fresh out of the garden sliced Roma tomatoes. That's our, and last but not least in the veggie category, we got Zoodles, which is zucchini noodles made with that little tool. Alright, cheese category. Grated mozzarella. Now, a tip for this, put it in the freezer after you grate it. It'll help it stay all nice and loose and not sticking together. Grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Alright, meat category. We have the veal scallopini, you've seen us make a little bit ago. Prosciutto and bacon. So, let me show you how we put it together. Alright, here we go with the assembly of the pot. 12-inch Dutch oven, pre-oiled. First thing we're going to do is go ahead with our bacon. This is thick sliced bacon. Going to go ahead and layer a nice layer, completely covering the bottom of the pot, like all good Dutch oven or cast iron cooking. The magic starts with bacon. That's going to keep anything, you know, from sticking to the bottom of the pot when we bake this off. So it's probably going to take 6 slices. This is some nice thick slice bacon. So we got 6 slices in there, and we'll spread them out, make sure they cover all of the bottom. The way, you know, we got a lot of cheese in this, so we don't want any of that sticking on the bottom, and that's really going to help to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, bacon on the bottom. Next thing we got are veal scallopinis that we seen us do earlier. Gonna put a layer of those. Just gonna put them right on the bottom of the pot. And then we're going to put just a very small sprinkle of cheese on those. That's the mozzarella. Alright, now we got coming in with our noodles, our ziti that we've 3/4 cooked. I'm going to come in with a layer of those. They don't have to be completely covering the bottom. And we got portobello mushrooms, so we're just going to kind of arrange those in a layer right over top of the noodles. And we're going to keep repeating this process, so make sure you save some, you know, for subsequent layers. Here we got our fresh Roma tomatoes. We're just going to scatter a few of those in there. And again, saving some for subsequent layers of the dish. We may put 10 or 12. Alright. Now, our zucchini noodles. We did salt these, so we're going to take a little bit of those and just sprinkle them around. So we're building layers of flavor. Almost forgot this one. This is the prosciutto. This particular kind comes with a little film so thinly sliced that you need these little films to get it off there. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of that. Probably take 2 slices of that. It is paper thin. So 2 slices. Kind of covering that up. Alright, now our marinara sauce. Let's bring that on over. We give that a good ladle, maybe 2 ladles of the sauce, which is, we're probably going to go 3 there. Let's kind of spread that out like a pizza sauce. And what we're going to do is kind of repeat the process. So we go back, since we don't have veal scallopini anymore, that was on the on that bottom layer. Back with noodles. This is about the second third of the noodles. We want to save some for the last third. Shrooms again. Tomatoes. These, if you don't have Roman tomatoes, use regular tomatoes, but Roman tomatoes are going to be the best. They have a lot more paste, a lot less water. Zoodles. This time we're going to use the rest of the Zoodles. Definitely want these to be down inside because they'll burn if they're exposed. Okay. Mozzarella. Give that a pretty good layer. Also, we have on this layer Parmigiano Reggiano. Kind of wanted to get that up there away from that bacon because this has a very bacony flavor. And more prosciutto. Stuff is delicious. Kind of hard to handle, but very delicious. And we're going to repeat that, and then we'll top it off. Okay, coming in for our last layer, we're going to go ahead and put up for some of our fresh chopped cilantro. Sprinkle that right over the top. Okay. I'm going to do one last layer of our prosciutto. We can get it to come off of this little thing. There we go. Very paper thin, so you need newspaper to do that. Alright. A very good layer this time. Parmigiano Reggiano. Or that's actually the mozzarella. A layer of sauce with whatever you got left. Spread that out. Okay, now the rest of your cheese, mozzarella. We actually might need a little bit more, we'll see. And the final topping, the rest of your Parmigiano Reggiano, and this is what's gonna, you know, really make it freaking awesome. Alright, now we're going to get the lid on this and we're going to set up for Dutch oven cooking 350 for about 1 hour. Alright, let's go ahead and, man, that thing is heavy. We got some of the used coals there. That's about the right amount per volume. We might nestle a few in under around the bottom. We got some more getting ready to go on the top. Alright, even a Backwoods Gourmet screws up once in a while. You know, I went in here and checked on this thing and I went, what the hell am I doing putting the cheese on it at this point while it's still baking? So I know that's just going to burn way before I ever get it done. So just to correct that, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more sauce. Sometimes it's about how you save it. Put that sauce on there, and that sauce will help protect that cheese from burning. And it could always use a little more sauce anyway, so I thought it could. So we'll let that cook, and then maybe the last 15 minutes we'll put some more cheese. Can't have too much of that. Folks, it's been 35 minutes of our 45-minute cook time. You know, we put that cheese on a little too early, so we put some more sauce, and that kept it from browning. So now we're just going to go ahead and put another little layer of mozzarella cheese right on the top, and hopefully that'll brown up real nice. We got plenty of cheese either way. Top back on. Another 10 minutes. Good time to eat. Alright. Been 50 minutes. Let's go in and take a look. That looks about perfect to me. Let's go ahead and take it off the fire. Alright folks, time for the plate up. Backwoods Gourmet style. We just took a little chef knife and went down there and we cut it all the way down to the bottom. A little pie shaped piece. And you know, this first piece is always the hardest one to get out, but that came out pretty nice. After the first piece, it's a lot easier, and that has the that veal scallopini on the bottom and all those layers of prosciutto. So we're going to go ahead and garnish the plate up now. So the first thing we're going to do for our garnish, we're going to take a piece of our prosciutto here. If we can get that little sucker out from between its film, and I'm just going to kind of roll it into a little roll. Believe me, that is delicious on its own right there. And we're going to kind of prop that up against it. Here we have some fresh cherry tomatoes right from the garden. Going to put a nice little pile of those over there, and those need a little salt. There's some kosher coarse sea salt. I put right over those tomatoes. Are going to give them a nice pop. And then right over here, I'm going to go ahead with a nice bunch of fresh cilantro. I'll clean our plate. Got a little fingerprint on it right there. So that is baked ziti with a Backwoods Gourmet twist with prosciutto, veal scallopini, mozzarella, and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
So until next time, please subscribe, share, comment. Hey, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button. We'll see you next time.